go over the Japanese Type 92. This was Japan's heavy machine gun used during the Manchuria, China campaign and on into World War II. The Type 92 is an air-cooled, open-bolt, strip-fed machine gun based off the Hotchkiss design. It's equipped with iron sights and optics. Has very unique spade grips. And what's more interesting is the tripod. Although limited traverse, it's very man-portable with the crew that would serve this weapon. It's got carry handles front and rear for a quick advancement in the field of battle. Here I'll show some of the common accessories would be found with a Japanese Type 92. Here is the optics or scope case that was carried and would be taken off when the gun was in transit or in storage. This is a kind of a typical ammo crate used to carry the 30 round strips. They could come on pre-packaged in either paper or with cloth, pre-packaged 30 round strips, and that is a Japanese 7.7 by 5.8 caliber. Very close, very similar to British .303. And here we have a carry case for ore strips, but this one was typically carried by the actual crew, and it would have these, the strips that they would then feed into the gun. This was more bulk supply carried up from the rear. These typically would be carried with the gun. They have the carry straps. Now, once the gun was in place, they want to remove these carry handles for shooting. Got a lever here, lift up, push that to the right. This would then come out, be removed for shooting. And on the front carry handles, basically has a notch here. You can see right here, it goes out, in, and you slide out. And this is how you would remove both forward carry handles once you've got the gun in place and ready to engage the enemy. Now on the tripod controls, once you've got the gun in place and you need to set, I guess, major elevation changes, there's a rotating wheel here, and make sure your locking lever is loose, and this allows you to make quick changes up or down to the gun itself. And when done, you can actually lock that in. And for more minor changes in elevation, simply unlock the elevation lever and you can then proceed to go up or down with this knob here and then lock back into place. Your traverse lever is here. You squeeze in the spring-loaded lever, lift up. This then allows you to traverse the gun through its limited arc. When in place, you can ratchet it down, locks it in. Now, to remove and place the gun on the tripod, it has two attachment points. One to the rear. You simply pull that out. That releases the gun. And these two levers here pull up and forward. Then allows you to lift the gun up and out and to place back in. And that's all it takes. Now you notice when the gun is in transport or in safe mode, the rear handles are in up, stowed away position. The feed strip roller is up and closed, as well as the ejection port dust cover is all closed. This helps to keep the elements out of the gun, the handles out of the way so they don't get damaged, and the gun on safe. So when you're ready to fire, you can pull back on the charging handle, and basically the roller and ejection port dust covers spring open automatically. The soldier doesn't have to worry about it. I'll demonstrate here. And to put the grips down into the firing position, you simply push in on the two spring-loaded buttons here, flip down. Here's your safety. Flip your safety down and fire. Now to load the Type 99, I'm going to go ahead and charge the weapon. It's safe. Take your 30 round strip, insert it to hear the sear trip release, and you are now ready to fire. And being this is a Hotchkiss design, you can see the ubiquitous oiler attached to a chain so you don't lose it. Keep this full of oil, keep the rounds lubricated, as it is a little bit of a violent extraction. Okay, now that we're loaded, let's begin firing. And if you watch here, you've got your brass ejecting, and when the used strip is done, it forcefully ejects out and out of the way and ready for the next strip if it was not linked by the assistant gunner. Here's another neat feature the Japanese came up with. These barrels weren't originally intended for a flash hider, so they weren't threaded. So to work around that, they developed this little deal here. And it would simply have corresponding grooves for the air-cooled barrel. Go here and thread this on. Hold these together. Tighten it up. And you now have a flash hider. The Japanese did have an AA adapter for this tripod, and it has an adapter for a spider sight for the front, which would slip on here, and there was a rear pointer that went on attached to the rear sight, which I don't have, and those would come in a specially designed metal tin. But they did design these for AA mode, even though the slow rate of fire doesn't make them conducive for anti-aircraft fire, but nonetheless they did it. Okay, now we're going to shoot 10 rounds into a target 100 yards downrange and check the group accuracy on this. So, as you can see, pretty darn good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. With 2 pairs that are actually touching. So that's a pretty nice tight group. Except for what, 3 flyers here. This would have been about a 2 1/4 inch group. Pretty darn good. Well, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let's rock and roll.